So we are going to be talking about the UFC pound for pound rankings. There's been a lot of buzz around them recently, and I think just give our take on it and what we think it should be.
Yeah, after UFC 280 especially, because they've shifted quite a bit.
Yep. So Volkanovski obviously pound for pound number one after Usman lost. And
even with Usman winning, he was clear.
I think that's just fair enough. Like, when you take someone who puts on not even just, I was going to say his performances against Holloway, but all of his performances,
he's just so
really
dominant.
Like you see what Max does to the entirety of the featherweight division, and then Volk completely outclasses him. Like, that speaks an absolute testament to the skill level he's got.
Yeah.
And then obviously, he's been racking up title defences, and no one's really looks close apart from that second Max fight, which I still think Max won, but I mean, it doesn't matter at this point anymore. He shut down that trilogy. And so I think as of right now, Volkanovski 100% should be number one.
Yeah,
I don't think there's any argument.
Million percent.
So let's go one by one then and just give our take on it. Number 2, Israel Adesanya.
I still think Usman is number 2 in my opinion.
Yeah, I honestly still would.
Okay,
I don't know. It's
the
difficult.
whole idea of pound for pound, right, is fucking stupid, because realistically, if you put every single fighter in MMA and they were all the same body size and it was physical, it was skill.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have Volkanovski as number 1 in my opinion.
No.
So it really does depend on the division they're in and the performances they put on.
Yeah.
Because it just doesn't. That's not how it works.
It's more just like a power ranking,
exactly. That is the thing. But I would still personally have Kamaru Usman at number 2.
I mean, I feel like they'll feel like they can't offer loss, I guess. But Israel Adesanya is number 2. He absolutely just has outclassed everybody and dominated them in every title defense. Almost has just cleared his whole division. They're literally having to get a former kickboxing rival to come in and fight him at this point.
Fast tracking.
So I guess that is kind of fair enough. I feel like people just discredit him because he's having the boring performances, which I do too. I think they're boring.
It's just unlikable. I
don't even care how skilled it is.
It's the fact that he claims he's going to knock people out and then he goes and puts on the snooze fest.
His Undertaker entrances, and it's just such a contrast from his way up to now. He's just so settled in. I get you don't want to lose a title, but I mean, when did you not rather be remembered as a champion that just knocked people? I don't know. I've no. I mean, actually, no, I do have every reason to talk about it. Fuck him, I'm from here and you're not.
Yeah.
Number 3, Islam's just moved up there.
I would have Adesanya at 3.
Not have Islam up there at all.
What's he jumped from? Does it say his previous rating?
He wouldn't have even been on it.
Well, exactly. Ridiculous.
And it was we were talking about in our UFC video, he hasn't beaten anybody ranked apart from Charles, really.
Yeah,
who
Charles
was the champion, division, who had beaten these other people,
and that's the argument.
But I still just think you just because you bet that one person, I don't think that gives you the ability to just jump straight to third pound for pound. Look at the people he's fucking over the top of.
That's what I'm saying. Look at the people around him. Adesanya, Volkanovski, Usman all cleared the division. Yeah, doing rematches
and have all these accolades and everything to their name. And Islam all he's got is a title belt.
Yeah,
he beat Charles. Just shouldn't be there at all, I reckon. Number 4, you've got Usman.
Like I said, I have him
Usman
2.
should definitely. I reckon you should still keep him in the top 5 at least. I honestly feel almost the same about Leon that I do about Islam, except I'd have Leon higher than Islam because I feel Leon kind of he definitely fought better people for sure, but he's still, I don't know, I feel like it's like you say, this is such a weird ranking. I don't even know why it exists. What does it even prove, really? Nothing.
And this is the thing. If you were having a power ranking, you wouldn't have John Jones, you wouldn't have Max Holloway, you wouldn't have Brandon Moreno. You all these people in here. I
feel like Max Holloway, honestly, arguably, I mean, I'm a Max fucking stan, but he still has literally cleared out everything except
I get that,
for literally
power ranking,
look at the performance.
That's what I mean. Power ranking should be recency sort of thing. That's why I don't think John Jones should be there at all.
Well, he shouldn't be there at all. But you've still got Usman 1 above Leon, which I think's fair. Yeah. I honestly think I don't know how Islam's above them really. I think they're just trying to put him closer, just like for the fight.
I think
against
like
Volk.
Charles is still clear above Islam.
I think Ngannou, like, it's like if you were saying if you put them in a room, is Ngannou just knocking out everybody, or?
Well, no, it depends. I guess it depends on what weight class you put them in.
But like even just beyond Ngannou's title fights, like look at the fucking come up. Like he was literally knocking out everyone with one punch in like 20 seconds, like in the heavyweight division.
Yeah.
I mean, we've talked about how there's a bit of a lack of skill there, but I don't know. I still think we feel like the powerful people in the UFC. I feel like Ngannou. I don't know. I feel like he should probably be in like the top 3, really.
Pound for pound.
Yeah.
That's okay. That point, it's like
my top 3 would probably be Volkanovski, Adesanya, then Ngannou, then Usman, then Leon, maybe.
I'd still have Usman like 2 or 3.
Yeah, I get. Like, I mean, that's an argument as well. It just
Like,
depends if you want to take the loss off.
Like Leon is like my favorite fighter.
Yeah.
But I would like after 25 minutes of dominating, or 24 minutes again of dominating, like one knockout, sure the belt changes hands and a loss goes on the record, but
yeah. And then we got Charles at number 7. I think that's fair.
I would have he would have been like 2, 3 or 4 before this fight.
He's dropped 4 places.
Yeah,
So
well, there you go. So he was
completely
3.
Took his spot. Yeah, that's good to keep him there because he's been all the best
literally
lightweights
everyone.
apart from Islam, obviously. Aljamain Sterling, I feel like this is like
Could be higher.
I'm surprised that they even put him this high.
He is definitely like we
I feel like
literally.
everyone would not agree with this, like not agree with Aljamain being there. I feel like
That's what I like. He definitely is on the redemption tour. He is slowly going back into everybody's like. Okay, he is this. Like maybe 1 or 2 more fights, and I think people will be realizing, fuck yeah, actually, he's clear.
Like the majority of MMA fans will probably tell, like he shouldn't even be on the pound for pound.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Yuri. I can't even remember how to say the last name.
Yuri Prohashka shouldn't be there.
He's only got
not
like
that
3
high.
fights in the UFC.
4, I think.
So, yeah. I mean, like, should you just have every champion in the top 10, I feel?
Yeah, I mean, well, actually, no, probably not, because, like, Colby, fuck, it's so hard to say. This is why it's so ridiculous.
Hard to say. And then we got 10 Davison, flyweight champion, and then this 5 is really where I'm just like, yeah, like,
it's
Dustin
ridiculous.
Poirier at 11.
No, get him so far out of there.
Robert Whittaker, like, if anyone is a non-champion that should be up there,
top, you could argue him to be in like top 8.
Yeah, like absolutely. You see how good he is, like
Actually,
against everyone except Adesanya.
Like, and surely he puts on more impressive, and I'm not talking about like finishes, but more impressive performances against the same people that Izzy puts the snoozer performances on
I
against.
said that exact same thing last time when I saw who did Whittaker fight in his last fight.
Vittori?
Was it Vittori? Yeah,
I think
was
so,
Vittori.
yeah.
I said that exact same thing. I said Whittaker beats people the exact same way Adesanya does, but he makes it look fucking good. Like, he makes himself look so
like more
good
dominating,
beating these
I reckon.
people. And he's literally doing the exact same thing Adesanya does.
Just not against... Well, you can say not against Adesanya, but there's arguments that he won that last fight.
Which, yeah, well, I thought he won that last fight. And then, so it's like, why can't Adesanya do, like, even if just, like, even not even knocking people out, just performances like this, just, like...
Because he doesn't have the skill set that Whittaker has. And you would argue then, if we're on a pound-for-pound list, then Whittaker should almost be above Adesanya. We're not saying he actually should, but if this is what a pound-for-pound list truly is, then, like... But yeah, like, John Jones, Dustin Poirier, I would even say Brandon Moreno, like... They just shouldn't even be. When you think about the likes of people not in the like Colby.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say I would definitely have Colby. John Jones should just not be on here.
Well, yeah, after what 3? How many years has he been away? 2 or 3?
2.
2. Like
I feel
2 years
like you
inactive.
should. I feel like you should have to have all the champions in the top 10. I feel like you just have to. And then I feel like if they've just become champion, like maybe the lower end, and maybe some number 1 contenders who have been real good or former champions, maybe slightly above them.
But I mean, like, let's think about who's actually not in the list. Obviously, yeah,
Colby's my number 1 person that I'm thinking of.
And who else would it? I mean, I guess Like Cyril
I was gonna say
Cyril Gahn should be in there above John Jones and Dustin Poirier. Realistically, in a power ranking pound for pound, there's no reason why Beneil Dariush shouldn't be higher than Dustin Poirier.
Yeah.
I mean,
as of recently, especially.
What about like middle or light? I guess Colby, maybe a Hamzat.
Yeah.
You know, he hasn't beaten the best competition, but why shouldn't he be in there above?
But then you see, like, it's like another aspect of it is how dominant he's been against these fighters. Like, even though obviously they're not to the caliber of like the top of the division, some of them, but then you see him against Gilbert, showing that he can like.
No, Gilbert won that fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck
obviously,
off.
Gilbert Burns should be number one pound for pound.
Yeah.
But yeah. It's just such a weird concept, I think. But I was thinking the same thing when they said that Islam was third pound for pound already.
Just rankings in
it's
general.
It's just a marketing thing, I reckon.
There is, exactly, because they don't even take into account rankings anyway.
No.
But there is no reason in this world that Sean O'Malley is number one ranked bantamweight.
No.
Like, never in a million years. His name, he is the elephant in the tree. You have no idea how he got there, and eventually you know he's going to fall, and it's going to be fun to watch. That is the God honest truth. There's no reason why he should be there.
I actually still do like Sean O'Malley, though.
No, I don't.
Though,
I don't hate him, but I like. It puts a sour taste in my mouth thinking about that
he's
robbery.
Like your Aljamain, I guess. Like, for how everybody else sees Aljamain, like, that's Sean O'Malley for you, kind of.
Well, no, like, I don't hate him. Like, it's not like he's my favourite fighter. I'm impartial to him.
Yeah.
But, and it's not even him. If he was going around parading saying, yeah, I clearly won that fight, rah, rah, rah. The thing that he did after the Cheeto fight, pretty much, is what Aljo almost did, just on a lower scale. But, like, this robbery, and it's a clear robbery, it doesn't do me any favours for him, even though he personally hasn't had any effect on it. Like, It's not his attitude. It's just, like, I don't think he deserves to be there.
I think a lot of it has to do with just the fans. Like, the fans.
Yeah, exactly.
MMA
That's such a good point.
Are just, I can't stand them. I really, like, social media, I wish I just couldn't, like, I wish I didn't.
I've been so tempted to just delete everything, hey?
But, like, MMA fans are just fucking, I hate them. I hate them so
they are the
much.
worst.
Like, I'd say, like, 2% of MMA fans even know what they're talking about. Like, the rest of them are just...
We are the 1%.
There's just so many... Like, I'm not even trying to sound like I know everything. Like, I'm not saying I do at all.
You don't have to know everything. You just have to know the basics, and you know more than most MMA fans.
The people who always just announce their opinions, like they're just always so wrong most of the time. And, yeah, I don't know. It just annoys me.
Yeah, it is. It's ridiculous.
I don't know. Do you have anyone else to add to that pound for pound list?
I'm just going through.
It's just an interesting discussion. Like, does it matter? No, it doesn't. But like, if you were to have like a ranking of like your top 15,
I guess you could argue Petr Yan.
Yeah.
And
then like people can get completely fucked over anyway because of bullshit decisions. So it really doesn't mean anything. I guess that's why the rankings as a whole don't really...
I mean, how many divisions actually are there? Fly, bantam, feather, lightweight, welter, middle, light heavyweight. Light heavyweight. So there's 8. So it's 15 people on the pound for pound.
Yeah, so that's why I was saying, like, you could have like 10, you have like 8 in the top 10 and then 2 maybe who are just like good fighters.
I mean, if you had to pick two...
Which they have actually done.
Who actually has... I'm trying to think about who has more than 2 people in there. Does anyone?
In what?
Lightweight straight away. I guess have more than 3 people on the list. Yeah, lightweight.
Yeah.
But is Glover even on that? Like, nah. Glover, I guess you could argue. If Yuri's like, what, 11th, was he?
Yeah, and then like you've still got Moreno on there.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean.
Who, like, he won 1 fight against Davison, lost both the other ones.
Like, it's just an outdated concept and list, I guess, is the point of this video.
It's just used to hype up, like, thinking about, he's number 1 pound for pound.
The only person that actually has claim to that is Volkanovski, to be fair.
Yeah.
But yeah,
yeah.
I
yeah.
guess it's just an outdated concept.
And then, like, Do you reckon if Adesanya just was having better performances, then he could say he's number one?
No.
Do you not reckon?
Nah.
Because has he not just been doing exactly what Volk's been doing?
Nah.
No.
I would. No, at this current state, no. Volk has been putting on more dominant performances. He's been getting a few finishes and stuff. And I'm not saying that's like an important aspect, but in terms of domination and making yourself a clear pound for pound number one, it was like if you looked at, if you take every champion in the UFC at the moment, Volkanovski is just clear as that guy.
Yeah, I guess it would be like...
He's got that dog in him.
Yeah. It would be like if Adesanya in his last fight against Whittaker, I guess, just beat him down for 5 rounds. Just, like, absolutely...
Yeah, like, you can't see...
Gaethje versus Tony.
Yeah.
Because that is basically what Volk versus Max last fight was like...
But I don't think it's talked about enough, eh?
Yeah, no, it's not. Like, it's just when people have decision wins, I think, like...
It gets overlooked.
Yeah, it's like when they're giving out performance bonuses as well, they never give it to people.
You know what doesn't get talked about much anymore? Adesanya versus Gastelum, and how insane
it's still
of
the
a
best
fight.
fight of all time,
It is hands down the best fight of all time, in my opinion.
Well, and that's kind of what I refer to about Adesanya all the time. It's like the contrast of like when he was on his way up to becoming champion. Now, like he was getting highlight reel knockouts, having like, in my opinion, the best fight of all time, and then goes in and knocks out Whittaker with absolute ease like that.
And
like,
then the Yoel fight, like from there onwards, it's just been downhill.
Like, I mean, he still destroyed Costa, but I feel like that was just Costa being an idiot.
Like Costa is just not good, in my opinion.
Yeah, well, yeah, I guess that's true too.
But yeah, like it's
a fucking dumb list.
Like UFC is so stupid. I don't even know why we like it. Well, I do know it's because it's good, but
it's entertaining. Like the fights,
the politics and just all everything but the fights in UFC is so. If I could get rid of it all, I would.
Terrible. It's terrible.
The judges need just absolute fixing. You need to bring in... The
judges this year especially, well, maybe not even... I mean, I guess just all the time, really. But it feels like this year especially, there's just been real bad ones.
But it's just... like, they should just bring in previous former fighters, in my opinion. Like, who is going to give you a better judge's score than someone who was previously... Or would you say, like, then people would favour certain things? Like, if you had Habib and then...
Yeah, but, like, if you're a judge who's watching every fight, like, wouldn't you you'd naturally get a favourite, like, surely you'd have to be into MMA. Like, how would you not be biased if you're judging anything?
Oh, no, but I mean, like, biased towards a certain aspect. So, like the O'Malley-Yarn fight, like, someone that is a wrestler by nature would take into account those takedowns more than someone who is, like, a boxer or a striker.
Yeah, but then at least, like, they actually have, like, legitimate knowledge and experience.
Well, yeah, I guess, yeah.
Like, because that could be, like, any judge just favouring wrestling just because they do.
But, yeah, then they would have more opinion of it.
They don't even know what they're talking about, so...
Yeah.
I don't know, I feel like judging's just a fucking...
It needs to be looked at.
I mean, Rogan was always saying that they should change how they score fights. I feel like you might have... I don't know. I just love how, like, simple it is, but then at the same time it just fucks a lot of things over.
How would you, like, do you go round by round and then... Or do you just take all 3 rounds into account and then give, like, a final score, like...
Fuck. Like, do you just give... points for grappling, striking, and whatever else. Like,
yeah.
Then if someone's like just a striker, then how do you do that?
Well, then it's not mixed martial art. MMA has become very striker heavy.
Everyone just says that fucking grappling doesn't matter now anyway, so I don't even know why they care about the scoring. They're just like, oh, takedowns and control doesn't matter. Like, it's only about if you do damage on the ground. It's like, okay.
Yeah, people are like, oh, it didn't work for submissions. Like, that just doesn't mean... Like, I don't think that means a whole lot.
If it wasn't significant, they'd just stand up. Like, they just get back up.
Derek Lewis, literally just the only man that just doesn't agree with ground and pound.
Yeah.
But MMA it's a weird thing. But I guess that brings us to the end of the video. This is just like a little ramble.
It's just a little interesting topic, but because it was something I for sure was thinking about. And I feel like it's going to be something that's in the discussion a lot at the moment, especially with that Volk and Islam fight coming up.
Oh, it's all it's going to be. Who will be pound for pound #1?
And I don't care about I don't even really care about these fucking double. I don't even know. I think there needs to be a few more contenders just coming. Like, there is some, but
The problem is when you have these pound for pound, like you have people going for double champ.
I feel like so many people at the top have just been losing at the moment. Like, it seems like there's a lot of people who are coming off losses.
Yeah.
Like, which is just like, I don't know.
And that's the problem when you have a champion that does, like, a lot.
Yeah.
Like, Charles literally killed the lightweight division, and now he has lost himself.
It's like your lightweight division dead. Azam would just probably wreck everybody.
Yeah.
Middleweight, if Adesanya beats Pereira, then that's that.
Like
Welterweight, I mean, I guess that's up for grabs a bit more. They'll probably, and then that's why I like bantamweight. I reckon that division's got a lot of different things.
Because like Aljo is like dominating, but you could see other people beating him.
He's dominating, but then like I could also
you've got contenders. You've got a Cheeto. You've got
to see him get knocked out.
Like, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, that brings us to the end of the video. Let us know in the comments. What do you think about judges? What do you think about social media and MMA in general? And just get talking. But yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe. And we'll catch you on the flip side. Pa 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 pa.
Pianiaga robbed him the saying every